I totally disagree that abs are made in the kitchen for one completely logical reason. You've probably heard that phrase and it makes sense on the surface. Lower body fat means that you can see your muscle definition. Doesn't it? Whether you're after a full-on six-pack or if you just want some cool lines down the sides of your stomach, focusing all of your effort into the kitchen won't work. So what should you do? I've spent the last 18 years training my core, and in this video you're going to join me in unpacking what actually creates ab definition and learn how and why it works. If abs aren't made in the kitchen, where are they made? Funnily enough, they're made in the exact same place as every other muscle. The gym. Your abs aren't so special that they need to be treated differently. There's a little nuance to this which we'll touch on later as a bonus, but let's get into why the gym is more important than the kitchen for a core to be proud of. Your abs not being special is the logical reason that I don't believe in abs are made in the kitchen. Think about this. If you look for advice on better arms, you'll be recommended curls, extensions, and some shoulders. The result is great defined arms. If you're looking for info to grow your quads, hamstrings, or glutes, you'll be recommended squats, deadlifts, glute bridges, etc. But for abs, you have to get into the kitchen. The reasoning behind this recommendation is that if your body fat percentage gets low enough, you'll shred belly fat, etc., and your abs will suddenly be exposed to the world. But this simply doesn't make sense. Imagine someone who does a little bit of working out, maybe even yourself. If you cut your body fat low without having much muscle mass, what is there to be exposed? You might have a flat core, which is great, but where are the bumps and lines and ridges which make real sculpting? The muscle mass which gives you definition only comes from hard work, the same as every other muscle in your body. We'll come on to how to build your core muscles in just a moment. Before that, I'll be brutally honest as to why the abs made in the kitchen reasoning even exists. I think it's just an excuse. There are plenty of legitimate reasons to not be able to reach a low body fat percentage. From tracking calories to meal prep to the cost of high quality ingredients, some of these things are just not realistic for everyone. But developing your core muscles to the point that you have ridges and valleys, that takes hard work for a good amount of time, and dedication is the only route. It's easy to blame the kitchen and the barriers to significantly decreasing body fat. It's much harder to say you don't want to work hard enough for the results. You are the type of person who does want to work hard enough for the results though, so what should you do? It's time to treat your abs like any other muscle you want to grow. Your muscles work on stimulus and response. This means you give them a stimulus, they hear that they need to adapt, and then they respond. With your core, that means you need to work it hard enough for the muscles to get the message that you need them to grow. In the same way that a couple of sets of bicep curls won't give you great arms, one set of crunches won't give you great abs. But how hard do you actually need to work your core? Start by looking at how many exercises and sets you currently do for other muscle groups. Realistically, across a week, you'll want to be doing 4 or more ab exercises for 2 to 4 sets each. One of the great things about your core is that it's made to be resilient, so you can train it with frequency. 2 or 3 times per week will be fine, meaning you can spread the volume out. Do you think the type of exercise you choose is important too? Hopefully you're currently thinking yes, which would be correct. If you can hold a plank for 60 seconds, this isn't going to do much to grow your ab muscles. Core endurance, yes. Core development, much less so. And if you want definition and lines in your abs, development is what you need, as you now know. Pick core exercises which are genuinely difficult after 12 reps. This will look different for everyone because our cores will have different starting strengths. But as a couple of examples, have a look at these. Weighted planks will challenge your core significantly more than body weight. Cable crunches allow you to select a weight, which is particularly useful for making structured progress. Hanging leg raises are tough, and if you can do plenty of them, you can increase your range for extra development. I really like adding extra range to exercises like doing crunches on a Swiss ball. The extra movement again challenges your core significantly more. With all of that said, there is nuance to your abs, which I mentioned earlier. Understanding this is vital to having realistic expectations as well as a rounded knowledge of your core. Firstly, your core is made more for endurance than growth. Its primary function is to hold you up all day long. However, endurance-based muscle fibers are less prone to growth. Therefore, it's important that you train your core to specifically target the faster twitch fibers. Put simply, that means make your core do hard, heavy movements for growth. Secondly, the most aesthetic core will show because of a blend of a low body fat percentage and developed muscles. If you already have a low body fat percentage, then get cracking on developing your abs. If you have a lot more fat, no matter how much you grow your abs, they won't show through. The reality is that most people sit in this camp and need to improve nutrition alongside developing their ab muscles, but do these two things simultaneously. Thirdly and finally, most people won't ever reach a super low body fat percentage where even the least developed abs show. If you want some visibility on your core whilst being healthy, developing your core muscles is the only way forwards. There are 3 key things for you to remember from this video. Number 1 is that a poorly developed core won't show well even with a very low body fat percentage. Number 2 is that to develop your abs, treat them like any other muscle. Pick exercises that allow you to work them hard for shorter sets of 12 reps. And number 3 is that this will take effort regularly. Doing a few planks and crunches isn't good enough for an impressive defined core. Embrace the challenge, ideally multiple times per week. For more health and fitness insights delivered from experience and with integrity, subscribe to me. Thanks.